Hello everybody. Hello everybody, welcome to today's stream. We are here for round 8 for season 7 of SRL F1. It's been a hell of a season so far. We've seen dominance from some drivers and we've seen incredible performances from others. Even though the championship at the moment looks a little bit dire, we're still having some great battles up and down the leaderboard, and it's always been a pleasure to commentate these races. And hopefully we'll be in store. Hopefully another good race will be in store for us today. We have the French GP today, a track which is, I think, it divides a lot of people's opinions. I am a person who enjoys driving the track, and when you do battle, it can be really fun because of the sort of back and forth nature of the track. And yeah, as Sandra was saying, really excited today. Yeah, and of course it's the first F1 race of the new year. If you weren't tuning in for the Le Mans race we did last week, it was a pretty good race to one of the drivers who was actually in this league, Mr. Max Mulder. You'll find out why if you happen to go watch it. But we are here for F1, as I said, first race of the new season, first race of the new year, I should say. Happy New Year to everybody. And yeah, let's get into the track. Actually, in fact, first of all, we'll start off with some news, because there's a decent amount of news coming into today's race. So, thank you as well to the SRL League owner, Mr. Sandro, for giving us, or providing a really cool Season 7 sort of Wikipedia-style calendar overview, where you get to see everyone's finishing positions in every one of the races this season. Also gives me an idea of what we got next, or what we have during the calendar. Very good calendar, actually, just for looking at it. They picked a lot of the highlights of the F1 calendar, and a good mix. So, at the moment then, as of Season 7, after the Great Britain race, currently it's Jensen leading the Drivers' Championship with 152 points, followed by Alexi with 93, Logan with 86, Sandro 65, Nick van Gelder with 60, Random with 46 points, Max Mulder with 35 points, Robin with 20 points, and then Louis with 18 points, rounding up that top 10. And other stories coming into this race. Alexi and Jensen, so the two Mercedes drivers, will race under the French flag this Saturday as a tribute to their Coast League racing friend Mada, I hope I'm pronouncing that right, who tragically passed away recently due to a heart attack. So, very sorry to Mada's friends and family, and a very nice tribute there by Alexi and Jensen. I have seen though that Jensen may not be able to race today. However, if he is late, he will join us in the commentary box. Danish flag. So Sandro corrected it, so there's Danish flag underneath it. So yeah, a very nice tribute there from the Mercedes drivers, and yeah, hopefully we'll be able to see both of them out on track today. But from the sounds of it, Jensen won't be able to race, which is great for if you're Logan or Alexi, in terms of the Drivers' Championship, trying to make up some ground. But of course, you know, the reality is as well, even with him gone, with Jensen not here today, he still, of course, will be leading the championship. But it just depends on how many points he loses. And of course, if you're the likes of Logan and Alexi, you're going to want to finish. You're going to be the ones that are finishing first and second. You don't want anyone else to be up there. And realistically, those two are going to be the ones who are going to be up at the top of the field. But who knows, though? It's a different track. It's a new track for the season, and yeah, it should be interesting. Also, we have a new driver at Alpine and in Porsche for the GT3s. His name is Eli Harb, so hello to Eli. His PSN, for those of you that don't know, is Lilo King 24, and he will be partnering Logan in the Alpine. So hopefully we'll see Alpine maybe mounting a charge in the constructors, or at least trying to get themselves as high as possible towards the end of the season. And yeah, so let me get that up. Okay, cool. Right, so we have about 5 minutes left until we have to join the lobby and get going. What we're going to do is we're going to jump into, we'll jump into the Alpine, and we are going to do, because I don't really have much time, I'm just going to do one sort of flying lap that I'll try and talk about during the lap. Actually, yeah, I don't know if I've got, no, I could probably do both actually. Be cutting it close. I can join straight away because I've got the invite already. So what I'll do is I'll quickly just chuck on a setup. Should have one that's France wet. Don't know if France dry. No, okay. Right, we'll just chuck on a setup from this guy. Right then, so let's do, I think I should have enough time to do both. So what this is, I'm going to do a quick sort of talk around lap, and then I'll do a flyer, or as close to a flying lap as I possibly can. And then we'll join the lobby, and then we'll see who's here. So, coming down the start-finish straight again, DRS zone, so possibly sort of overtaking even into this two corners here, which is turn 1 and turn 2. Very easy to invalidate either one by drifting wide or coming a little bit too early, but you can see overtakes through there. I've seen it happen before. I've done one myself, but however it was an NF2 car. Then you go down into this little chicane section here. Again, you could see some moves in and around this section as well, but you have to be close, otherwise it's an absolute send, which can often lead to damage. And you come out of this long, swooping right left section, and then you go onto another very long straight, might as well call it a runway, and you can just see the little speck of a corner just all the way down the straight, but you can't go to that yet because you've got this heavy braking chicane here, one of the many versions of the chicane around that part of the track. But again, you could see some overtaking down there, definitely. You could see some sends, and then you go through this very fast right-hander, and then into another right-hander here. Late braking, you want to get that car turned in, position it so that it fires out of this corner here. We've gone off a little bit there. And then heavy braking into this left-hander here. It's a late apex as well, so you can see some very dodgy moves through there. And they head for this long right-hander, and around this very long left into the final corner here, which again could be an overtaken opportunity, but you'd expect some sends maybe towards the end of the race or end of the lap. So, speaking of end of a lap, we are going to end this lap and then start a flyer, and then we will fly our way into the lobby. And I'll see how far off I am, or see how far off the pole time I am. So here we go. Already tragic. That was awful. You know what? The lap was so bad, I'm not even going to restart it. We'll just join the lobby. Apologies to anyone in chat, that was awful. Whippo Film saying this will be fun, hopefully. Here we go then. So, we need to quickly spectate. Right, here we go. So, at the moment we've got 13 drivers in. And there is the new driver Eli, or Lilo King. Who else have we got? We got Jesper, Christian, Max, Robin, Neek, Cameron, Dion, Tim. Oh, Tim's here. I don't remember seeing Tim this season, actually. He's marked down as a driver, but luckily he's here today. So good to see Tim here. Alexi. Okay. So, anyone watching as well? What's your opinions on this French track? Because I know it's it's kind of like a Marmite track. It's very much, you love it or you hate it. It's a very polarizing track. I am somewhat in the middle, as I've said earlier. I'm kind of impartial to the track. I enjoy it sometimes for the racing, because it can be quite sort of back and forward. Only if you're good at battling, but of course the dirty air when it starts coming into play, it can be quite difficult, and that's why almost the DRS zones are so almost reliant for overtaking. Which is a slight drawback to the track, but other than that, though, I think it's a pretty solid track in terms of entertainment and in terms of just drivability as well. Of course, my lap there was absolutely dreadful, so didn't really get a good look at what a flying lap would be. But of course, once we get on board with the likes of Alexi, with the likes of Logan, you'll start to see what it's really like when the track's pushed to the limits. I've got a feeling we'll see a surprise one today. I've got a feeling. Is it maybe someone who isn't usually maybe that, up there, decides that, today's the day that they're going to do something good. I'm expecting the Ferraris as well to finish well. They've done really well this season in terms of just picking up really good and solid points. It's like Ferrari in real life. They're very reliable in picking up good points, at least, for the 2021 season they were. It's because they almost knew that, they've even admitted themselves, Ferrari in real life, that they will not be fighting for wins, they will not be fighting for podiums necessarily, but, of course we saw this season that they were fully well enabled to be up there, even when they are still technically classed as a midfield car, and they were able to really turn it on when others couldn't, like McLaren, hence why there was that massive drop in points from McLaren, and there was this resurgence from Ferrari where they then overtook them in the championship, in the Constructors' Championship that is, which of course, in F1 terms as well, in terms of the money you get from it, that's huge. So we could see something like that today, not the money or the switch between McLaren and Ferrari, but we could see Ferrari getting a really good load of points today, and it should be good, should be entertaining, and hopefully we'll have some good racing in store today. Of course, there is the chance and the possibility of rain, which is always throws a spanner into the works, and that would be interesting to say the least. I'd say if you wanted rain, I'd probably go mixed conditions, maybe start the race off wet, and then of course when you the later on you go into the session, you then start to get all the dryness, I guess you could say, starts to come out. So yeah, let's see how this goes. We've got 14 drivers at the moment. It is currently 3 minutes past 1, and I'm assuming we are waiting on maybe a few other drivers. In fact, they are readying up, or at least starting to ready up now. So I don't know if this is going to be the 14. We may have someone join as well mid-quali. It's always a possibility. And of course, if if Jensen isn't able to join the session as a driver, he will join the session and hopefully commentate with us as well. It should be good. They'll be the third driver to feature this season. Actually, in the commentary box, we've had Samuel Brandt in the commentary box. We've also had I can't remember. Was it Ivan? I know we had someone else in there. Maybe it was Max. Oh, I can't remember. I feel really stupid now. Might have been Max, actually. No, it might have been Max. Because I think he did Imola with us, and then Sam, I think, was Silverstone, which is the last F1 race we had, and then, yeah, of course, we'll have Jensen today, which should, of course, be the third driver to feature. And we've got 3 drivers readying up at the moment. And while things are a bit quiet, and we're not readying up, thank you for 7 viewers as well. If you're not already following SRL on Instagram, I suggest you do so. It's really good. They post not only little clips of videos from the actual races, but they do also post standings and little statistics as well, and of course you get your what's called daily sort of preview of the race as well, or the day of the race, at least the day before the race. It will let you know when it starts, because sometimes there's a bit of fluctuations of F1, but right now we don't have that. And of course, if you are watching on YouTube, make sure you subscribe, hit that notification bell as well, so that you know the second we go live and the second we upload, because there is also race recaps that get uploaded if you missed the race or you want to watch a certain part of it again, or even get a bit more insight into certain incidents. There are certain things that happen, and I do myself watch the race recaps back so I can see the onboards for some of the drivers who get involved in get involved with the incidents. As you see, we've got 15 drivers. Fly High's here. I have to try and remember Fly High's name. I think it's Lance. In fact, I'll quickly double check now, just so I don't look like a plank. Oh, it's Jeremy Pope, sorry. Oh yeah, of course, Jeremy Pope. Yeah, for those of you that watched the 2.4 hours of Le Mans stream, will know about Jeremy and what happened in his race. I won't say much, but all I'll say is that you can't almost not feel bad for him after what happened. But he's now into the Haas, and he will be hopefully going to score, scoring points today, as we are ready to go. 3, 2, 1, and we are ready for the French Grand Prix. And as we wait for the drivers to load into the session, let's see what the conditions are going to be. Will it be raining? Part of me doesn't want it to be raining for qualifying. I'd rather have a dry qualifying. Well, because we get to see the real pace and the real speed from these drivers. But we can't really control that. I believe the weather was on dynamic as well, so anything can happen. It is France, which is not too far away from England, so the weather's probably going to be very interesting. But it's we've caught the good side of France. We have got lovely sunshine here at the Castellet. And we are going to get our stream bit set up. And any second now, we should see some cars exiting the pits. In fact, as we clear the UI, we can see the drivers will be applying their setups, taking out fuel, as we see the Alpine there, exiting the pits. And that looks to be another there's an AlphaTauri coming out, but that looks to be Mr. Lilo King. It is. That's Eli, and Eli's his first start this season. Oh, Dion's lagged out, I think. And hopefully he gets an invite, and hopefully that doesn't happen during the race as well. And of course we saw earlier Jesper coming out as well. And he was quite unlucky, I believe, last time out in Britain as well. But yeah, if anyone's joining and doesn't know about certain things, the reason why Jensen, for example, isn't driving today is because he will be running late to the event. He will try and join mid-quali, but it looks like he won't be able to. Hopefully he is, but unfortunately he won't be racing today, so that's the championship leader, Jensen, not driving today. However, he will possibly be joining us in the commentary box, so hopefully he's able to. If I see him join the session, then I'll send him a quick party invite, so that we can commentate on the race and we talk a little bit about his season and what what the future for the season. It's very rare I get to do driver interviews or talk to drivers, in a live situation like this. So it'd be interesting to see what he has to say. So let's go on board with Mr. Eli. He heads through turn 1 and 2. Hopefully he doesn't validate, and he does. He turns way too early. Unfortunately, that's his lap's over really just after it started, as Jesper already gets a little bit held up by Jeremy Pope there. I don't think it was enough to really hinder his lap. Hopefully it wasn't, but we're going to watch him coming through this little high-speed chicane section here. Nice and flowing, but you've got to really slow it all down until you get to that little hairpin there. Go around this long right. There's Dion joining, so luckily he'll be able to race. Taking a wide line, flicking it through. There's yellow flags down towards the final sector, but that might just be some cars holding off a little bit to start off their lap. And watching Jesper now coming up towards this slow chicane section. Hopefully he doesn't get any cars in his way. Looks like there's a couple of slow cars coming through there. They should be able to get out of his way. And he won't want any dirty air into this section here. He wants slipstream, but not the dirty air. Through the long right he goes. The AlphaTauri driver looking good. We want a good point scoring finish today. There's yellow flags, look like a spinner. It's a Red Bull. I'll keep focused on this lap here. As he heads through the penultimate corner now. And then heavy braking into the final right-hander. Let's see what he can do. He's got a little bit of slipstream there from the Alpine in front, and the first lap of the session is a 1:30.4. We look behind. That's Lilo. Eli starting his lap. That's it. Ivan on his. Oh, hello. And Eli spun off. I think he got onto the curb on the exit. And there's camera's already crashed out. Oh, big shame for Cameron. Big shame for Cameron. I'm trying to find out where he's crashed out. Where has he gone? Right, his car is... Am I blind? I can't see it. Oh, it might have despawned, but it looks like he may have dropped it onto the curb. In fact, I'll quickly switch to the... Oh, Tim... Hang on. I won't do that quickly, because Tim Ventnik, Jesper's teammate, goes top. Sandro goes second in the session, but Alexi, though, with a 1:29.6, goes top of the session, 2 tenths quicker than anyone else. There's Red Bull there that's just gone into the pits. Oh, who's that? That just came out of the pits. We just switched to someone who came out of the pits, I think. But double stack there for Red Bull. There's Max Mulder coming out of the pits, coming off of a very nice Le Mans 2.4 hour. Let's see if he can try and finish as well as he did there. And Robin on a lap now. See where he puts himself. He goes P5, 2.9 seconds off. May have had an error on his lap. That can't be his final pace. As we switch to Jeremy. Jeremy nice and parted out the final corner. See what he can do. Looking like a good lap. Could submerge himself into the top 5 here. He does. He goes 5th place, 2.3 seconds off. Again, maybe some error on his lap. And we're looking at Tim here. Is Tim going any quicker? He's on low fuel. So probably pull off into the pits. Yes, he does. Behind him, though, is the Ferrari of Sandro, who does go into the pits as well, and so does Alexi. Next driver that's actually on a lap. I know that's Max Mulder there. Dion's on that lap as well. Robin on a lap? Yes, he is. He's on low fuel, though, and low ERS. So I don't know how much of a threat this lap's really going to be to the top 5. But drivers coming into the pits now, changing tyres. They'll get themselves back out on an out lap, and they get themselves another flying lap to try and submit themselves into a much higher position. We're going to go board with Dion here. Been a good season for Dion so far. He's picked up a couple podium places. I'm sure he won't be complaining about. Let's watch him here. He goes through turn 1 and 2, a little bit of a wide entry there, and it's messed up his turn 2 there. Luckily he hasn't invalidated the lap, but it's a bit of a bad start to the lap, unfortunately. There's yellow flag, sector 3, I think it's a car that's out of fuel. And deal a nice swooping line through there. He's going to have a nice clean exit. As he heads onto the long straight. DRS wide open. Draining the battery for the ERS. He's going to hit his braking zone, hit the braking point nicely there. His car going through the middle there, that's Max Mulder. Dill getting up to the power, firing out of the chicane. With a short run down towards the long right that is. And interestingly, Christian on the mediums. I think he's spun, or he's gone off track a little bit. Here we go, nicely done. Don't want to open steering up too much, otherwise you can go off track. He's got it done nicely, the curbs there. He used the curb there nicely. It's quite easy to spin there, but luckily he hasn't. Heads to the penultimate corner, going to set himself up, late apex. It's a wide entry, swooping corner, swooping racing line. So a nice lap so far for Dion. Can he go ahead of his teammate? He doesn't, he just misses out. He's a 10th behind his teammate, but that's still pretty good for the Ferrari boys. I'm sure they will like that. We got Eli there. P9 because he hasn't set a lap yet, but he hopefully will set a valid one this time. He failed to last time, unfortunately. He validated the first corner, but see what we can do here. That looks good for turn 1. Good for turn 2. Very nice for turn 2 actually. That looked pretty smooth from the outside view there. As you head through into this little chicane section here. Back it down the gears, you're going to quickly chuck it into this corner here. It's a good first sector, runs a little bit wide there, shouldn't invalidate. But that's very clean for the first sector actually, looked very clean. And then out through the chicane he goes. And you're going P6 there. A couple of drivers crossing the line, but we'll focus on Eli here. In fact, I think that's Eli's teammate who's about to come across the line. That's Logan. No, that might have been just an outlap. Yeah, it was an outlap. And then Jesper, I think. No, it's Tim crossing the line. We'll just update you on whoever puts a lap in. There should be no one else, because we are focusing on Eli, who's currently the lead runner in terms of closest to the line. And Eli, first lap of the session, first lap of this season. It's looking like a decent lap actually. It's a P6, 1.2 seconds off. And he's 5/10 off of Jesper, so not too bad for a first lap. And he's definitely going to want to improve that. In fact, speaking of improvement, we've got Alexei here, he's 2/10 up already. That was just going off of the last sector split. He's on a low fuel run. He's on low ERS, so we won't have much really to go off of coming out of this corner. Down towards the end of the straight, it's DRS wide open. He's going to use every single bit of speed and power that he can to come across the line. He's gone so much quicker. He's gone 5/10 quicker than his previous lap. It's a 1:29.222. And he's 7/10 quicker than Tim Ventnik. What can Tim do to respond to that? He's gone 19 thousandths quicker at the last sector split, but can he go 7/10 quicker in this one sector here? You know, I was about to say you'd expect Logan to be the one to mount a charge to Alexei. He's done it there. He's got pole position into the 28s. He goes at 1:28.8. What can Tim do? Can Tim overtake Alexei? He can't. He goes 2/10 quicker though. Credit to him. He's found speed. He's found time. But Alexei, he tried it. He tried hard. But no matter how hard he tried, Logan was the one who put in an absolutely stellar lap. We've got 6 minutes left, so still time for someone to put in an absolute stonker of a lap. Could this be the pole lap? I doubt it. That was Logan's first lap of the session. A very efficient driver in qualifying. He doesn't put many laps in, but when he does, oh my god, are they quick. And with Alexei out today, so not Alexei, with Jensen out today. He'll be wanting to definitely capitalise off of that. I wonder if the Ferrari guys giving each other a slipstream there. I think Dion was giving a slipstream. No, he wasn't actually. Dion is on an outlap, so it wouldn't make sense for Sandro to. Oh wait, no. Yeah, it makes sense. It would make sense if Sandro got one, but. There we go, Jesper. Got across the line. 4 tenths quicker that time round. P4. Wait, who just put a lap in? Max Mulder. There you go. Max Mulder, P6. 1.5 seconds off. Not bad for him. Looking back down, Jeremy. He's over there. So that's Christian into the pits. Christian must have gone to the soft. Surely, if he wants position. Because the reality is, if you're on the mediums, you're trying to set a lap here. You're going to have to do something pretty special on those mediums to get yourself into the top 10, I reckon, once everyone sets a lap. So, at that point, it wouldn't really be worth it. You just had a bunch of scuffed mediums that you wouldn't really be able to use much during the race. But got a lot of drivers, though, who are either on an out lap or out on a lap. But most of those guys are coming in. So, Eli is the only kind of real driver here that's really doing anything of note, because I don't think everyone else is on a push lap. Of course, we'll find out if anyone jumps at the leaderboard, but I'm not really expecting them guys to do much at the moment. I think that we're just seeing Eli here, who's leading the charge of the final lap sort of runners. Oh, hang on. Oh, thank you. The SRL League F1 admin, thank you very much for that. He said Christian has a qualifying ban from the previous round. Okay, so thank you very much for that. Okay, that makes a lot more sense. And there you go. See, everyone in the pits except, of course, Christian there. But Christian has got a qualifying ban, so. Oh, he's actually spun it, hasn't he? He's looped it. He has looped it. I'm having a weird thing for some reason. I'm getting a. So if I keep flashing up, you know, if you see the blue broadcast screen, it's because I'm trying to. For some reason, I'm not able to see some people's comments on on the YouTube, like live/top chat thing. I can't see it. Like Max Mulder's messages, I couldn't see because he sent a couple. He was just saying that Le Mans race was epic, so it gives you an idea of how it went for him. So we're watching Eli here. He's currently 2.1 seconds off a pole position, and he's going to improve by about 5 to 6 tenths. So 6 tenths. Oh, he's invalidated. But you see a lot of drivers now out on a out lap, and I wonder, will we see Logan? Will we see Logan come out of the pits and do something spectacular? Can he go much quicker? There's 3 drivers behind him in qualifying that will be wanting to. Oh, he's retired. Okay. I'll stop with that dramatic monologue then. I was going to go Batman voice there, but can Alexei avenge Jensen by taking pole position off of Logan? But no. Instead, the only black thing on the, or black disguised thing on the grid is that Mercedes car. Here we go then. Let's go on board with Alexei then, shall we? Will he invalidate or will he take pole position or at least get closer? All he's got to do is go 4 tenths quicker. That's all he's got to do. Well, it sounds easy when you say it, but you know, when you're 4 tenths is hard to find, let alone trying to find 4 tenths on someone like Logan. He's 35,000 slower in the first sector. Not what he would have wanted. Maybe he knows where he can make up the time. Maybe he made a mistake, or maybe he didn't have to, optimise somewhere around this track other than sector 1. In fact, what I'm going to quickly do, Oh, can I not see the delta? I can't even see the delta, damn it. I was going to try and look at the delta on the steering wheel of Alexei. Look at it, although move them out of the way. I bet Alexei will be happy that you gave him a little bit of the slipstream there. Might have helped him a little bit as he comes down towards the Sector 2 split. Wait, where is it? Oh no, I missed it. I thought it was around that area there, he just went through. Apologise, I missed that. And that was Ivan going P8. 1.6 seconds off of pole. Watching Alexei here though. I didn't exactly catch his Sector 2 split unfortunately, so I don't know if he's closer or further away. He's going to finish the lap though. Will he go quicker? He's going to make up 4 tenths. He can't, he makes up 2 tenths of a second, but he can't take pole position. Will anyone else be able to do it? Will anyone else be able to do it? Tim's slowed up. Tim's slowed up. He must have had an... Oh, he's invalidated. That's why. Jesper, 51 thousandths quicker. Off of that sector there. He's braking here. He's pushing hard. We want to get past his teammate. I don't think he can challenge for pole. Unless he somehow finds a second and a bit through the sector here. He won't be taking pole position. The most he can hope for is to pass his teammate, or at least, you know, improve enough on this where someone else doesn't overtake him. That's Robin crossing the line there in P12 at the moment. DRS wide open for Jesper. Jesper across the line. Oh, he gets very close to his teammate, but not enough to take the position. Dion now 1.5 seconds off a pole. Can he go in front of his teammate? Can he get to the top 3? He doesn't. He only gets past his teammate. Sandro though, he's a little bit over off of the last sector. Can he improve enough to retake that position from his teammate? It's a Ferrari 5.6 at the moment. It will probably continue to be a Ferrari 5.6. Yeah, it is. He goes quicker than his teammate. Goes up into P5. Ivan's there. Yu's there. Who are we waiting on? Tim is very slow at the moment. Alexei's coming straight into the pits. I think we're just waiting for the final drivers to retire from the session, and then we will be getting straight back, or straight into the race. Will it be dry, or will it be wet? That's the question on our lips at the moment. Here we go then. Confirmation. Logan taking pole position in the French Grand Prix. And of course it's Alpine's home race as well, so they'll be looking for a good finish. The further down we go Alexei, 2nd place. 3rd place, Jesper. 4th, Tim. 5th, Sandro. 6th, Dion. 7th, Max Mulder. 8th, Ivan. 9th is Eli. 10th is Yu. 11th is Jeremy. 12th is Robin. Cameron, 13th. Christian in, what was that, 14th, and then someone else. It's just cut off. I can't remember. Wait, hang on. Who's the one name I didn't read out? Oh, okay, it's gone. Great. Oh, it's raining. It is raining. Hello. Drama. It is in fact raining here. Wow. That's going to throw a spanner into the works massively then. Will it be mixed conditions though? We talked about the possibility of rain. It's happened. They're on inters though, it doesn't look too heavy, but I wonder what the strategy is. Is it going to be wet all the way through? Or will there be the possibility? I guess, I personally, I think maybe it could be, I don't know. I feel like it could be mixed conditions, because I feel like if it Oh, no, it's Jennings all the way through. It must be wet then. Wow then, drama already before the race has even started. And of course everyone on the intermediate tyre. And we are now going to do the grid rundown. Hang on, let me get everything away. Right, grid rundown. Starting pole position is Mr. Logan. P2 is Alexi. P3 is Jesper. P4 is Tim. P5 is Sandro. P6 is Dion. P7 is Max Mulder. P8 is Ivan. P9 is Eli. P10 is Yer. P11 is Jeremy. P12 is Robin. P13 is Cameron. P14 is Christian. And P15 at the back of the grid is Nick. So, already, well, actually, come to think of it, when was it? The last time it rained, I'm pretty sure, was Spain. And it didn't go well between Logan and a Mercedes driver. So, I think it was that when it was wet? I think so, yeah, because I think it started off wet and then it dried up, I think, yeah. We'll find out though. Here we go then. The cars go into their AI mode and they'll start forming up towards the grid. They're heading off towards their grid spots now. Here we go then. Hang on. Right, we are. Here we go. Lights out and away we go for the French GP. Logan taking the lead. He's got a good start. Alexi though starting to try and get towards the rear of him. Oh, there's always contact towards the back. There's contact. There's wing plate. End plate coming off back there. Is there contact? Will there be any spinners? It's difficult conditions as well, so there's always a chance to see some spinning. But looks like Sandro already starting to split them out. But oh, Dion, something's happened to Dion. He's gone all the way back down towards 8th place. He started in 6th, I believe. And he's gone down to 8th, being like his teammate going up a place. Yeah, I think he's already got a time penalty. Or a corner cutting penalty. I'm not sure. I think there might have been a time penalty from just going wide. And the same for Eli as well. Eli, unfortunately, with another penalty. There's like with a penalty as well. And already, Alexi starting them out of charge to Logan. And not a lot of strategy really coming into this. It is just take these inters as long as you possibly can. And if there is any safety cars, then you might as well just take a fresh set, as long as they're, you know, not too young. But it's yellow flags now. There's a spinner. It's Yer, and it was Nick, the Red Bull, who was at the back of the grid. But now it's his teammate Yer. He's had a spin. I don't know if there was contact involved. Might have been. He was battling hard with Jeremy. But he's gone round and his teammates moved up to P11, but unfortunate for the Red Bull driver. And it's just finding their feet now. It's new conditions. Don't know how much practice they would have done for the wet. Don't know if they would have even had a wet setup that they would have applied. But Dion, oh, Dion going wide. And he's going to try and get past. I wonder if we've seen any drivers go off into the pits. I think there was one driver who had damage. I saw an end plate going flying off. I'm not too sure, but we've seen Ivan here shaping up a move on Dion. He's on the outside of him. He's kept the outside of him. He might even get the move here. Can he keep it? Oh, they're still side by side. They're still side by side. Not letting up. That's made it. Also, was going to make it 3 wide there. Good driving though from those two drivers, both Ivan and Dion, giving each other enough space to battle, but squeezing each other enough to not go for anything stupid, and Ivan going into the back of Dion. Hopefully he hasn't got any damage to that. And oh no, again, Eli with another penalty. He's really not helping himself with the penalty situation. Is he going for a move here, Ivan? No, he's not. And as I said earlier, they're just finding their feet now, just trying to get used to these conditions. It's especially difficult trying to race in these conditions as well. We've seen Tim here. Tim keeping these guys in check, to be fair. They haven't really pulled away. In fact, it's actually the top three who have pulled away. It's very... that's quite normal, actually. Top three pulling away. But usually, Jensen's the one we see in and amongst Alexei and Logan, not usually Tim. In fact, I think this is Tim's first race of the season. It's the first I remember commentating on him all season. And in the AlphaTauri, he's doing a good job. Gets onto that ERS, trying to push his way forward. We've got Logan taking fastest lap. We've got a nice little battle going on here, though. Three-way battle for P9 with Dion, Ivan, and Nick. We'll go on board with the we'll go on board with the Red Bull driver. He's gone wide, though. Can he recover? Just about, but I don't know how much time he's going to be able to recover from that there. Got a battle here. Christian had the qualifying ban. Is right on the back here of Nick. Can he do? Can he go for anything into this corner here? He looks too far back. You said that. Oh, that was close. And hopefully he doesn't get a penalty here for corner cutting. He shouldn't do. He looks like he's given back the position. He has done. Hopefully, yeah, he hasn't got a penalty. That's good. That's nice. It's good driving there actually from Christian. He could have gone up the inside of him. Of course, that would have made just an absolutely awful incident. And no doubt that would have been another a penalty, like post-penalty, so post-race penalty. Ooh, but he luckily took avoiding action. Really good stuff from him. And saying that, ooh, Nick might have to take avoiding action there because Ivan drives so wide out. He went so deep through the corner. He came cutting back across, and all we could do from our viewpoint there was just sit and watch and hope there wasn't any contact. Logan taking another fastest lap of the race, and that was a 41.7. Yeah, 4.7. So Logan setting the pace out in front. He's 1.5 seconds clear of Alexei. But to be fair, they kind of spread out a little bit at the front. It was a little bit more spread out earlier. Robin into the pits now. I don't know if he's got damage. I think that's the Red Bull coming into the pits as well. No, he's just gone wide. And Christian's still there. And he's more than there. He's just gone into the side of him there. He managed to avoid contacts earlier, but that time, I don't know what happened there. That's literally just been one car going a lot more cautiously than the other. It's a penalty for the other Haas driver, that's Jeremy. Nice helmet actually for Jeremy. Big fan of the black and green designs. Even though my helmet actually isn't that, but... He's drifting right across to the other side of the track. There is Ivan, and Nick is going to be on the outside line. I don't think he'll have the traction to get around the outside of him. Oh well, okay, I'll eat my words then. Oh, he's gone way too wide there. He can't pull that back, surely. No, he's been blocked on the inside, and then even Christian there, lucky not to make any contact. He saw the gap, he went for it, and almost shut the door right on his toe. Oh, 10 now with the fastest lap, 141.5. Very wide here from Nick though. Nick's struggling in these conditions. I don't think that's just the tyres. I think it's just getting difficult out there to be consistent in these conditions. It sounds like he's using almost no traction as well, from the way that it sounds like the throttle's being modulated, or the way that the power's being delivered. It sounds very TCS off style, and Christian should have the move done here. He does. He gets the move done nicely. But he's going to have to worry about Nick though, who's almost alongside him by the time they get to the corner. He isn't though. And Christian, there you go, he went it off a little bit there. We saw it live, and he's got a penalty for that. Good driving from these two though. Very good driving from these two. Giving each other space, giving each other room. And Bengal loses the position. He's gone off a little bit there as well, and his teammate's going to go straight back past him. It looked like he was struggling for that section there. He lost a lot of time. Let's see what's going on up here. Tim trying to keep towards the rear end of Alexei. Oh, he almost loses it. Bit of a moment there, and he's locked up. He's lagging quite a bit as well. So we might see some very strange movements from the car. So far, this is the closest sort of battle we have at the moment. We've got 10 viewers. Thank you very much for 10 viewers. Now, for those of you that are just tuning in, there is no Jensen today. The championship leader by a long way could have his championship cut into. The two championship rivals that he has are his teammate Alexei, who's in P2, and Logan, who's in P1. Logan was Jensen's biggest title rival, but unfortunately, due to many incidents during the season, he's just fallen behind, and it's not his fault as well. He's had so many unwarranted incidents. He's had, you know, very sort of strange punctures. He's had very strange, what was it? Even incidents. He even had an incident with the championship rival himself, Jensen. But with him not driving today, he'll be wanting to retake those points that he'd lost in previous rounds to try and mount a final charge. We're not even halfway through the season already, and the championship fight, you know, if you're not an optimist, you'd say the championship fight's over because of the dominance that Jensen has, but these guys are always up there. They are always willing to fight. But Tim here could spoil any of the plans that they have, because Tim is right on them as well. He's closing in. You hear him short shifting there, trying to get the traction down. Doesn't want to spin out, doesn't want to spin the tyres up too much as well. And Alexei with the penalty, Alexei with the penalty. 3-second time penalty for Alexei, who's in P2. It's still very early on though as well, so it's not like this is going to be a race-changing thing unless Tim and Logan put the cleanest 21 laps of their career in. Robin and Yer having a little bit of a battle towards the back there. Dion now with a 3-second time penalty as well. And he's got a couple of cars behind him. They'll be looking to pounce on that opportunity, the two Haas cars as well. So I think one of them might have actually gone off track there. That was quite an easy overtake. But Tim though, look how close he's getting. It was 6/10 when we went on board with him earlier, but now that's rapidly gone down to about 4 to 3/10 of a second now. He's closing in on him more and more. Ivan now with a 3-second time penalty. Look at this though. If you're Alexei, you're sweating right now. You've got someone like Tim there. You're going to be wanting a safety car to keep him behind. He's trying to do this not only for himself but for Jensen as well. He wants to protect his teammate as much as he will want the championship. He's also going to want to pick up points for himself for the constructors. There's so much riding on this second place. All the points add up. Even a menial 1 point here and there can change the course of a championship. But here Tim locking up. He's just not able to. He's pushing hard, you could tell. He's really pushing hard. But Tim is losing time. He's lost time a bit on the exit there. So that he's starting to reel it in now. And they let the yo-yoing begin. He'll be quicker in some parts, he'll be slower in other areas. It's me to know two drivers fairly similar on pace, but where they're quicker is what counts. And of course, with no DRS assistance as well for the foreseeable future, it's not looking good. If there's any drivers actually in chat who are able to message, could you please let me know what the weather is supposed to be doing for this race, so we can maybe have an idea. Is Eli gets another penalty. It's about 9 seconds now, I believe. Everyone else should be on 3, except Eli, unfortunately, who's on 9. It's a difficult track for track limits as well. It's really punishing in track limits. Very overly punishing, I might add, as well. Look at this, it was so close between these two here. Makes up a lot of time around this part of the track. I don't know if that's just a slipstream or something, but Alexi seems to get it back up, especially coming at the final corner. He seems to be really good at that. Here, Tim. Oh, Tim, hello. He might be looking for a move here towards the final corner. He's going to position his car towards the outside. We'll quickly look at Alexi. Alexi's gone off into the pits. And so is Logan. So is Logan. Are they going on to... He's gone on to medium. No way. He's going on to the mediums. We are looking at a mixed conditions race here. We are looking at a mixed conditions race. Logan onto the soft tyres. Alexi onto the mediums. Is it too early though? DRS is enabled though. DRS is enabled. And now more and more drivers coming in. Sandro and Tim. What have they done? You see, it stopped raining now. It stopped raining. Has it stopped raining? Or was it just specks? No, it stopped raining, I think. Ivan's staying out. Sandro stays out. But everyone else going onto the media except Logan. Logan onto the softs. Has he messed up his race here? But so is Christian though. Are they onto something, or? I'm assuming the medium guys want to go to the end. I doubt they'd pit for softs towards the end. I don't know if they're doing a soft medium thing, but Jasper getting a 3-second time penalty unfortunately as well. About half the grid, I think now, near enough half the grid have got penalties. And now it's Jeremy pitting onto the mediums. Robin now pitting himself as well. And surely Ur will follow. Ur, I think, went off track there. Christian gets a 3-second time penalty. Tim currently in the lead at the moment. Mr. Ventnik, he was having a nice little sort of duel, even though he wasn't overtaking. He was having a really nice battle with Alexi. Hang on, is that Dion? And Dion with DRS, looking for an overtake here on Cameron. There's a Haas going slowly there. I think he spun off. And it is Christian, but Dion though getting past Cameron. And now it's Logan. Look at Logan. He's so close to the drivers up in front, but I think they're pitting. They're both pitting. Sandro goes into the pit, so does Tim. Tim goes onto the softs. What does Sandro do? And look at that, immediately fastest lap by 1:38.4. That was his outlap, wasn't it? That was his outlap, and he sets the fastest lap of the race. And the last of the inter drivers will pit now. It's Ivan. He's got the longest way down towards the pits, but he's on the mediums. Yeah, he is. So Logan retaking the lead. Alexi into P2 with the mediums. On the soft tyres is Tim. Tim looking to try and take back, or at least get back towards Alexi, but the gap is quite large. That undercut definitely showing how strong it is, especially when you had the conditions change like that, but with no warning. You just saw people come in and then DRS enabled and all that. It was, I'm assuming they've been keeping tabs on that. They must have been regularly calling Jeff. It's interesting for you though, you're onto the hard tyre. Very interesting considering everyone else is on the mediums. We've seen Eli down the straight swerving a little bit. Down that's to break the slipstream really. I think that's more. And oh, Yu's crashed! Yu's crashed, there could be a safety car. In sector 3 there is double yellows. Car is crashed. Robin with the fastest lap. And we're looking at Eli. Hopefully the car doesn't despawn so we get to at least see where it is. There it is. It's there. He must have gone to the curbs as Dion gets underneath. Oh, there's contact. There's contact. He's gone wide. He's gone wide. Logan with a 32.0 taking the fastest lap of the race. And surprised there wasn't a safety car, I'm not going to lie. But the sun already starting to shine through. Very weird weather here today at Le Castellet. Cameron, though, closest driver on track to the back of another. Oh, that must be for damage. It must be for damage there. Ah, Eli. Such a shame to see. Unfortunately, he's had a lot of penalties. What are they putting on? Hard tyre. That's interesting. Well then, Cameron. Nice helicopter shot here. Haven't had a helicopter shot in a while. I don't think we even had one at Silverstone. And to watch them flowing through this Le Castellet circuit. And DRS is going to be wide open here for Cameron. Cameron will have DRS. Dion won't have DRS. It's enough to bring him closer, but not enough to bring on an overtake. Keep an eye on these two, though. In fact, we'll go on board with Cameron. Actually, we'll go on board with Dion, but we'll look backwards. Very dynamic camera views here. Oh, dear! Oh, Cameron spun! Cameron spun! Oh, no! You got to feel sorry for Cameron there. And luckily, he's kept it out of the wall. Unlike, yeah, but, you got to feel bad for Cameron there. We were just saying how he's the closest driver on track to anyone else, and he could have sworn that Cameron was going to get some sort of overtake as long as he stayed close to the back of Dion, but unfortunately with that spin it's only meant that he's been overtaken, but it means he's completely lost any chance of getting within DRS, let alone overtake. But your current leader, though, race leader on lap 12 of 27, is this guy, Mr. Logan. A home win for Alpine, I'm sure, going down very nicely within the team. But it's very polar opposites in terms of how the race has been going. One driver out in the lead comfortably, the other driver uncomfortably, with lots of penalties and struggling, unfortunately, at this track. But we are not going to judge Eli on this one performance. You can't judge a driver off of one performance. This might not be his style track. You never know. To be fair as well, if he is joining full time, which I'm assuming he definitely is. It's probably an interesting time to do so, because we have, of course, got France today. And then, completely different track next week, we have the Monaco. Oh, Cameron spun at the exact same place. It could be a safety car. It isn't a safety car. I'm very surprised at the lack of safety cars when people crash there. That won't even be a VSC as well. And unfortunately, Cameron's run of DNFs carries on. He crashed out of Zandvoort, he crashed out of Silverstone, and he's crashed out again here. And yet again, it's going to have to be down to Robin to pick up points here today, but unfortunately he himself is at the back of the grid as well. But he's one of a few drivers, he's only one of 4 drivers who don't have a penalty as of right now. In fact, I will quickly have a look at the penalties. There you go, 12 seconds for Eli, 6 seconds for Christian, 3 for Jeremy, 6 for Ivan, 3 for Dion, 3 for Sandro, 3 seconds for Jesper, 3 seconds for Tim, and 3 seconds for Alexei. But no doubt these penalties will start to probably hike up a little bit. Everyone on a one stop except Eli and Robin, however, I think that's more damage induced. Neek up 7 positions, so really fair play to Neek. Definitely a driver of the day performance. As impressive as the likes of Tim and Alexei and Logan have been so far. Even Max actually going up 2 places, Christian going up 3. Really great day for those 3 drivers there. But Neek, yeah, amazing drive from Neek. Really great to see him doing as well as he is, and hopefully he can finish out today with some more points for the Red Bull team. So we've been watching Dion, we'll watch Sandro for a little bit. not really much going on at the moment. Bengal is getting a little bit, sorry, Christian's getting a little bit closer to his teammate, but we'll switch over to that when it's about 4 to 5 tenths, which no doubt will be at some point down the next straight or into the, well, down the runways. Yeah, so yellow flags is a spinner. It is Christian. And he'll spin his car back round. So that battle that was about to happen, possibly between the two teammates, has fizzled out rather quickly. But we'll go with Sandro. Actually, no, we'll just stick with Sandro and watch the Ferrari. Oh, hello. Logan's pitting. Onto the mediums, I'm presuming. Yep. He didn't spend long on those softs, did he? Tim pitting as well. He's gonna shadow the race leader, or what was the race leader. He's gonna shadow Logan here and copy what he's doing. Is this where the soft drivers come in? He's lost a position to his teammate. It will no doubt lose a position to Max, and he will go behind the Ferrari of Sandro, but he should come out in front of Dion. He spins up the rears, coming out the pits, urgently rejoins, as he will be back out in 6th place. Meanwhile, Logan, though, what is he thinking? Well, is this a case of it being like almost a 25% race or something, where it's literally you can either go softs or mediums? With the hard tyre being a very strange sort of strategy. We see Christian coming into the pits, know that he'll go onto the mediums as well. I say I'm very surprised at the lack of safety cars. I think this probably be the first race this season where we don't have a safety car. I can feel it. There's no safety cars happening today. Because it seems to be the only place that people crash out around because of the large runoff as well. The only place where people have a safety car. The only place where there's a safety car is down where both Cameron and you crashed, but even then there's no real... there hasn't been a safety car from those crashes either, so... Unfortunately, that's 15 seconds now of penalties altogether for Eli. So there are certain tracks that really trigger the off-track limits a lot more. I think like this track, I'd definitely say... Oh, I was literally just thinking about the track. Canada. Canada's another track where it's very sensitive for track limits because you're trying to be on the limit, taking these like really quick chicanes, but often it's just not. Oh, hang on, did I hear a spin? No. Yeah, like Canada's one of those ones where you want to attack the chicanes so much by turning in sort of, a bit earlier maybe than expected, or even just turning in a bit later, and sometimes it can. Run you a little bit wide, sometimes you go a little bit shallow into a corner. It's very frustrating. But watching the current race leader, can Alexi take these to the end? Or will we be seeing a sort of Hamilton-esque chase down by Logan? I mean, how many times have we seen it where Verstappen is out in the lead, Chris Hamilton pits, and he ends up, finishing very comfortably past him almost when he's got the better tyres on. In fact, that may have even been Logan's strategy. He may have just gone, right, if I go into the softs now, see how long they take me, pull out a large gap over the likes of Alexi, then go onto the favourable tyre when I need to actually get to the end. And then you'll be quicker because he's already, he's 6 lap newer tyres compared to Alexi. So, but yeah, I can't get inside the head of Logan, so I don't know what he's thinking. But he's closing in. He's definitely closing in. In fact, we could be seeing almost a recreation of France 2021. Alexei will desperately want this win as well. Tim here starting to close in on Sandro, and I am going to quickly go to the toilets quickly. I'll be back very soon, and I will leave you with Logan. Right, I'm back. As you see, the gap's closed in massively between Logan and Alexei. Alexei's going to start feeling the pressure, no doubt. But can he hold on enough on those mediums? But we're going to watch Tim here, right at the back of Max Mulder. Max P4 currently. But a really great finish for the Aston Martin driver, picking up plenty of points. But he's got a very hungry Tim behind him. As Robin pulling off, letting the lead lap cars through. However, though, not only is Tim close to Max, Sandro's very close as well. He's within DRS as well. He'll get the DRS wide open. And if Tim and Max start battling, no doubt Sandro will be the one to try and pick up the scraps if anything happens. He's going to want to be close enough to capitalise, but not close enough to get involved in any incidents that do possibly happen. We've got a nice view here from Sandro's onboard. I'm sure he'd be loving this. And now we're going to quickly switch up to Tim. Tim's starting to make the overtake. He's got the DRS wide open. Max is a sitting duck without the slipstream. Or the DRS. He's going to maybe pop on some ERS, maybe. But it's going to be Tim who goes into P4. It's an AlphaTauri 3-4 for a first race for Tim this season. It's not a bad rate of start. Picking up some great points for AlphaTauri. And look down here, that is someone. Cameron in the pits. Cameron onto the medium tyres now for the final 7 laps. Surprising to go softs, but here we go. And the last time we did this sort of view, the person behind spun, so but we've got a good gap here, good view here though of the 2 drivers as Max gets the penalty, and so does Alexi. And I think it's over. I think it's over now. The win should go to Logan. Hang on, I'm gonna have to check this out quickly. I will have to check this out. Alexi, penalty. Wait, he should have 2 penalties, shouldn't he? Yeah, he should. No, he's got 2 penalties. Yeah, wait, what? He's got 2 penalties, right? Sorry, just yeah, 2 penalties. 6 seconds. Yeah, 6 seconds. So Logan. 1 warning, 2 warnings. So he's 1 warning away from getting a penalty. If you are Alexi right now, you are hoping to whichever gods you want to pray to, all of them if you want, all the Hindu gods, all the Buddhist gods, all the Christian gods, all the Jewish gods, you're praying that he gets another penalty, or gets a warning, sorry, because then at least you've got that buffer. At least you've got a little bit more of a buffer. Then he's going to make up 3 more seconds, but I don't even know if that's going to be enough as well. The pace from Logan, this is like watching Hamilton close in on Verstappen. Or even the opposite way around if you look at it from some of the races last season as well. The way that second stop worked, the way that it's happened, the way that the strategy has been worked from Logan could be absolutely masterful, but he's not closing in as much as, yes, he's on 5 lap newer tyres, but he's not closing in as much as he was earlier though. In fact, he's losing a bit of time there, so this is all very up in the air at the moment. Yes, if Logan stays within, I mean, he could very much just regulate his pace now, stay within that 6 seconds, push when he has to, just to keep it in there, and he could walk away with a win here at Alpine's home Grand Prix. However, though, he has to keep it clean. It's we talked earlier, but I said earlier about how easy it is to get a penalty and how easy it is to get warnings. You've only got to look at the rest of the grid to realise that. But Logan has to keep this clean if he wants to win. He's going to know that. He's going to know he's going to have to try and find that pinpoint area where he can push to push as much as he can, but not enough for him to spin. Is Tim going to get past his teammate here? Tim passes Jesper. I'm going to ask him actually. It is Jesper, isn't it? It's not Jesper. I got it wrong with Ur. I called him Jur, but he's Ur. And considering it's a J there for Jesper, I'm half calling him Jesper, half calling him Jesper, but he's whichever way. He's close. Speaker close. Sandro, all over the back of Max here. Let's see what he can do. Oh, penalty here. Penalty for, that was Jeremy. Oh, Ivan getting past Nick with a good drive so far, but Ivan goes wide. Ivan goes really wide. And fair play to Ivan there. He saw where he was and he didn't sort of come back down on him. This man here, Logan, can't make any mistakes. Will he be feeling any pressure? Will Alexi be feeling pressure? At the pace he's going right now, he could... Oh, hello. There's a spinner. It's Sandro! No, Sandro. He was having a good battle there with Max, and unfortunately he's got in some sort of incident and he spun round. That's Robin behind him. Let's see Logan here. We'll go on board with him for a lap and see how he's doing at the moment. We're on lap 24 of 27. Jesper with a 3-second time penalty in the AlphaTauri. Maybe those tyres starting to go off a little bit. They're about to be 15 laps old, and they're surely going to be feeling a bit of wear. Alexei actually will get DRS here actually on the two Haas drivers, I believe. Once he gets within a second of them, which actually I don't think will happen this lap, so he might have to get out of his way. It's him with a 3-second time penalty. I think at this rate, even if Logan were to get a penalty, I don't think it would really hinder him too much, to be honest. He's, in what, 4 laps or so to close in. Well, so it'll be 3 laps when they cross the line to close in 1.3 seconds. I think he could do that. Will Alexei regret that decision? Will he regret not trying to shadow Logan? I don't think it would have even worked actually, just because the gap that was already there between the two drivers I think was quite a decent amount. Well then, we're going to look back here. Nick and Ivan having a nice little battle, having a nice little duel while we've been watching there. Look at that, he fakes towards the inside, he's going to go towards the outside though. Ivan running out of running out of VRS. He's going to sit behind him nicely. Will he go to the inside or the outside? Will he stay behind him? He's going towards the outside. He's going to try to super around the outside of him, is he? No, he's not. No, he can't get the speed. He can't get the speed. He's trying to go for a cutback, but it was nicely defended though from Ivan. Will Ivan run wide here though? He's done it before. He doesn't this time though. He manages to pull it back down for the apex as he comes towards the end of the lap. He's doing a nice job here. As Alexei trying to get through the the two Hasses as quickly as possible. That was close there. Nick didn't look like he was going for a move necessarily, just kind of put his car to the inside, but luckily there was no contact between the two. There might be contact though into turn 1 though. Look at this, Nick with the DRS goes up the inside, fires it up the inside. There could be contact between the two drivers. They flick through the turn 1 to turn 2, and they've both both gotten out. Going on board here with Nick, looking back towards Ivan. And now we're watching towards a braking zone. Ivan brakes early, doesn't want to go for a send. Doesn't fancy risking it, but he's dropping back though, unfortunately, by doing so. He's going to try and mount a charge this time, gets into the slipstream. And Nick here, it's been an amazing drive from him. Started last place, he's in 8th at the moment, picking up some good points for the Red Bull team. Unfortunately his teammate crashing out, dropped it on the curb. I'm one of the fast right-handers is Nick. Oh, I thought he was going to the pits there, he just went really wide. There's a puncher though, it's a puncher for Ivan. Ivan with a puncher. What could have been an amazing battle, and he's gone right past the pit lane as well. Oh no, Ivan. He could have scored points as well for the Williams team. But he's going to have to nurse the car home. Oh no. Oh, you've got to feel bad for him. You have to feel bad for him. He'll get a penalty for that as well. And now, as you start the final lap of the race, Ivan will be leaning on track. But it's going to be a bit of a hollow lead because he knows with that 6 seconds, that's pretty much his race over. Sandro with a 3-second time penalty. Wait, hang on. Ivan's tyres had a puncture from 18 laps. He's got a puncture! Alexi's got a puncture! That could not have been more perfectly timed! That could not have been more perfectly timed! Oh, I feel bad for him. I feel so bad for him. The front's going. I was literally sat there going, I was looking at Alexi and going, hang on, he's on 18 lap old tyres, but Ivan got a puncture with 16 laps. So I switch across to him, we see him going wide, and you see the puncture. Oh, but hang on, this might be me with an AlphaTauri 2-3. Oh, this is like Silverstone, this is like cars. Tim Ventnik, Jesper, I don't know if they're going to be able to get to Alexi. Alexi with the puncture. But it doesn't matter though. Logan, he was a championship rival. He's had so much bad luck this season. He even got pole position in his home Grand Prix. But yet again, another home Grand Prix. He's going to put in a stellar performance, an amazing strategy. Logan the American takes the win of the French Grand Prix here in Le Castellet. A clean run for the American. It's Alexi going wide there. Tim coming out the final corner. He sees him. It's tantalisingly close. Alexi's going to hang on. He's going to hang on. And he takes second place. Tim with a very respectable third place though. Amazing drive from Tim there in his first race this season. Jesper taking P4. Lovely points for AlphaTauri. Great drive from them. Max Mulder in P5. Great drive from Max Mulder. Sandro P6. Yet again the Ferraris finishing back to back. But unfortunately they do drop down a place together. One driver, Sandro, started in P5, finishes P6. Sandro started P6, finishes P7. He's going to come out the final corner, but a nice, respectable drive and a very commendable drive for the Ferrari man, Dion. Coming out the final corner, started last place, and he's finished 8th, picking up some nice points there for Red Bull. Great drive from Nick. An underrated drive, but he will get driver of the day pro from the game for going out the amount of positions that he did. Eli, he's had it tough today, plenty of penalties. But through thick and thin, he's managed to come out the other end in the points, picking up points for Alpine in his first race of the season. Great stuff. Hopefully we'll see more of him this season as well, and hopefully we won't see him getting as many penalties. But nice drive there. And there you go, you see Nick with the driver of the day, going up I think 7 or 8 positions I think in the end. But that's it though, when you see Logan celebrating the win. And of course Alexi racing under the Dutch flag for his league racing friend Mada. I'm sure he would have done Mada proud today, especially recovering from the puncture on the final lap. But late drama though. The win was almost always there for Logan once the penalties had started to be dished out. It was him, Neek and Robin were the only drivers who didn't get penalties today. And it proved to be absolutely paramount. But that strategy though was extremely well thought out, well planned out. He did a Hamilton, chased him down. But unlike Hamilton, when the puncture came, Alexi couldn't quite keep ahead. So unfortunately, he wasn't able to get the win, but a great drive though from Logan. And this is your final results. Logan P1, P2 Alexi, P3 Tim, P4 Jesper, P5 Max, P6 Sandro, P7 Dion, P8 Nick, P9 Eli, P10 is Jeremy, P11 is Christian, P12 Ivan, P13 Robin, P14 Cameron, and then P15 Yer. Well then, a hell of a French Grand Prix. Started off very slow. Well, kind of a double meaning there because of the inters, but started off a little bit sort of pedestrian, you know, but it definitely hiked up towards the end, and what an end to the race we had there. The race was all but won for Logan, as I said, once the penalty started getting dished out, but the puncture was the final killer blow in Alexi's charge for the win. And I'm sure that'll make a great race recap highlight there. Well, what a race that was. Eating into Jensen's lead a little bit there. no doubt Jensen will be back next week for the Monaco Grand Prix, the one that everyone wants to win. And wow, that was a hell of a race actually. It really turned around towards the final half of the race, with the the sort of final 2/3 of the race, I should say. The first third was a bit iffy, but once the rain stopped, once the strategy started flowing, it was certainly very exciting for me as a commentator, and hopefully as exciting for you as a viewer. Thank you very much for tuning in to the French Grand Prix. As I said earlier, we'll see you next week for the Monaco Grand Prix. I'm assuming a very interesting race. Hopefully we'll see some great drama, some great racing, and hopefully we'll see Jensen back as well next week, so we can see him battle with the likes of Alexei, with the likes of Logan as well, and hopefully we'll see some of the drivers return to do better as well this weekend. Next weekend. But it's a goodbye from me. Make sure you, as I said earlier, subscribe to the YouTube channel, notifications on so you know when we upload and go live, and follow our Instagram page. Be much appreciated, greatly appreciated as well. And yeah, thank you very much for tuning in today. We'll hope to see you next week. Stay safe and see you then. Goodbye.